So, yeah. Yeah. So it's like the first time when I come up in a foreigner too, you know, bro. It's like when me I look and me I say all of them look a Jamaican thing now me used to think about all like little then would I not say all fuck white girl and all type of shit. Me say them thing there a fubble double brother. Whole heap of things a man would I think say oh this a better rose or you know money and all type of thing and everything different everywhere you go in terms of you don't know until you really go there. You see me? You could have do your research look more. You see me? So even though I did the whole heap of research before I make the move, you see me? Yeah, I still did already open for say yeah, when I reach on the ground, I go have an open eye for see things to myself. So I just put a certain image in my brain where then I can't escape from. You see what I say? So when I come and I look and say, alright, like over Hamilton. You see what I say? And yeah, say like it's safe compared to like what me would have done in ISP in town in terms of murder and them thing there. You see what I say? But then when you're up on the ground, you realize say, yeah, things just not make news.
Especially international news.
Yeah, exactly. So the amount of things that are going on like at once. Yeah, they're not going to talk about everything. So you back in Jamaica or in Haiti or wherever, you're not going to really know what's going on over Kansas like that. Unless you are into Kansas news. You know? So a lot of things are happening everywhere at once. So I don't at this point, because this is the third country I've traveled to. America, Jamaica, and Canada now. And it's like, I realize that everywhere basically set up the same. Like one big operating system. Downtown at the same place everywhere. Stink of piss and shit. You see what I say? Be a crackhead, homeless, all type of thing and work, one bag of car. Yeah, see him downtown New York, see him downtown Toronto, see him downtown. You see me? At least Miami not so stink. You see me? Yeah, but Toronto no normal. Yeah, New York, Kingston, them they set up almost the same. Yeah, same type of influence. Upon the country itself in terms of setup points. And then their port cities as well. You see what I say? Yeah. So all of them places is like a reflection of other. I just like now when I come here into Canada, I actually see a certain part of the system where it's like if the system get less resistance. Because the further we go down south, yeah, resistance still there with the system because no matter how much they give us a system of to say religion or what would I say now, science or language, religion, language, you know what I mean? And like a way of life and things to do. Regardless of that, when we get that, people still down south act in towards their own nature because it's like a lot of us still have connections to things outside of that, you know? So, I don't know, because it's different down south than up here, bro. In terms of resistance.
Yeah, because population size.
For birthday.
Population size and the fact say the class. So the class of people that are up north are more how would I put it? Like a class of people that are already on an elite level. You see what I say? Mostly founding fathers. You see me say them come here so and them spread out. You see me say here so you wouldn't necessarily fight the same type of war where you would have fight down south because you have less population. You see what I say? And so that give room for more expansion freely without resistance. So you find say people like we know, like immigrant descendants, some immigrant descendants, like ones from the Caribbean, we kind of come here as a slave class versus some other societies might have advanced engineers and other people who might contribute to the society. So them come here and them see this
Yeah.
place from a whole different perspective.
Yeah.
And them expand different.
Yeah, that is the total truth. When I say south, I was meaning to southern hemisphere. The southern hemisphere, so like, South America, the Caribbean, even basically Africa, can most side still. But anyway, like the northern hemisphere now, most of America, Canada, not to say Jamaica isn't in the northern hemisphere, but it's still more south because it's just right there near the equator. It's not even like that far. We're still experiencing the same type of climate. Yeah, the tropical climate, as well as the zone. So anyway, based on that is like coming here with an initiative, yes, because every society's like they build. I saw that they build their own purpose and initiative towards immigration and what they're looking for immigration in terms of exchange between their people. So Americans going to China and Chinese people going to America or Canada, vice versa, what they're exchanging for, as in my country exchanging people just to free themselves of burdens instead of like an exchange of we want something else for this. Not to say they might not get tax breaks or a certain fund builded and funded to them, but that's minor. That's a minor exchange in terms of if you can get technology per se. You know what I mean? Yeah, you can get technology, education, all of that. Not to say people just go there and learn and don't have the ability to come back and build something in the same nation with that knowledge or trade craft that they got from the other country, you know? So it's like when I saw that everybody here from these unique races and certain countries of people here in Canada, to be honest, even more than America, is more, they're more, what would I say, more patriotic. You know what I mean? Way more patriotic because it's essentially everybody here reflects their culture, not necessarily the country itself that we live in Canada. Versus America, whereas the country is first and your culture is last. And in Jamaica, yeah, yourself is yourself. Because, yeah, up to now, yeah, that's still a vague thing. Like, what does it mean for really be Jamaican when essentially this was built 50 years ago? And before that, what were we? And who were the people that fought for this country? Per se, who were they? And what did they represent? Did the people that they claim are the national heroes fight for something that didn't even exist? What were they fighting for? Because the choices that were made on the entire country's behalf isn't necessarily reflecting of those people and their descendants by my, understanding.
Yeah, you're 100% right. But it was that government wasn't voted in by Jamaicans. It was imposed on Jamaicans. You see what I say? And them give you the choice to choose between two parties. You see what I say? Which never have nothing to do with the indigenous population. This are Britain where imposed this power. You see what I say? So yeah, you're 100% right when it comes to that. And it's funny because I never even think about that before. Say, yo, really and truly, these national heroes have nothing to do with the country or the concept that they're attaching it to with Jamaica.
Exactly. Yeah, because I've been thinking like why, these people lose their lives, obviously, and they did a lot in terms of shaping the identity of the island. So how is their legacy fulfilled? And what were the intentions that they were trying to do for their people? Because obviously we're trying to highlight them as a role model to look up to. So like Nanny of the Maroons, for example, what was she trying to fight for? And is her intentions is that we're living up to as a nation? Is the laws and the principles governing the system binded with that?
No, it's not.
You see what I'm saying? No. Not even a question for real, cause yeah, it's imposed like Jamaica. Where is Canada? Cause when this did start as well, you know what I mean? Knowing say it's
What
a
was it,
great big
1800s? Because they're younger than Jamaica, I think.
yeah. Well, as a colony or as a
Not
country.
as a country.
Yeah.
Independence.
Nah, that would have been older because that's like.
Can't remember
200.
them in that war with. Oh yeah, probably.
Yeah, them.
You sure?
Them do it after
War with-
America. I think
Oh yeah,
America.
you're right.
Yeah, America do for them thing probably around 1800s.
Yeah,
You
and
see
them
me?
with that war with the
Yeah,
American.
and then them go do for them things. So I'd say late 1800s,
Hundreds.
early 1900s.
Yeah.
You see me? So probably 50 years before Jamaica in the 1950s. You know, seeing as these people weren't exactly the same type of people as us. You know what I mean? Because even that, to say the history is coming from, all right, they're British loyalists, you know, per se, to the crown, you know, and viewing like certain sects of people that built America by that time. It's these countries, English countries, Anglo countries, are essentially like founded on the belief systems of Christianity.
Yeah.
So different sectors of Christianity evolving. You know what I mean? A lots of infighting. So we have French Christianity. Yeah, Creole Christianity, all type of different sects, you know, Germans, the Irish, everybody doing their own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you have Baptists, you have
Mormons,
Voodoo, all type of shit.
everybody.
Cause remember, the reason why Christianity became what it was is because the man them find like a crude methodology, bro. The man them say anything when a Christian will go slave. You see me? And yeah, that work because it's like the people them when them bring that to, like, let's just say you're a person who have a certain leverage or influence in our society, and them say, all right, I can make you rich, billionaire. And you join them, you see me? So them really win with that strategy there. You see what I say? And them gain enough wealth off of that. So essentially, everybody did that. That is why it's like them have so much infighting, because people realize, all right, we can just do this for gain a leverage and then do whatever the fuck we want to do. You see me? So that's how you see them start fight with them one another, because yeah, it really and truly is just a business. So religion, God, all of that are just business. You see what I say? Gateways and, you see what I say, legal autonomy for going to certain places and do certain things.
Because whoever, let's say the indigenous people of this land, the people that coerce and do commerce with people that are, let's say, foreigners, is what I say, the first immigrants. I said the first set of immigrants. Let's say, because really and truly, what is even the concept of an immigrant until now, when we always travel the world, you know? So when did we start thinking of each other as immigrants? Because apparently, before even the Anglos were around in North America, yeah, they still have the Vikings, they still have the Celts visiting, moving around. You know what I mean? Same way. You still had people from all the way from even Australia, from all the way Papua New Guinea.
Yeah, so immigrant, how me would I look upon it? Immigrant, have the concept of an immigrant would be damn near impossible at a certain point, because every land is tied to a people, so there's no vacant land or empty land, so you can only intermarry and become one of us, or trade, you know? But immigrant, where are you gonna live?
Yeah.
All of the land belongs to people, so where y'all gonna immigrate to? And for what purpose? Because we have a fully functioning society. Why y'all left your yard with are the same thing as our own, just a different place? So why y'all left your yard come over here for? Wait, what did you do? You see me? So, yeah, bro, that immigrant now, yeah, in terms of a go from that understanding, just break down to immigrant, how you think would have be the first transition? You see me? From that system, the matrilineal system where everybody is tied to particular lands and certain things, you see me, to where you can go in a land and just live in there. You see what I say? Because, alright, so I guess the only way we could have looked on it is like, let's just say you study something, you see what I say, or you collaborate on something, then we can see it being a thing where, alright, we know say them money are stay here so for a particular time. You see what I say? Yeah, and in order for, the only way to get residency, you see what I say, is through intermarriage. Yeah.
So you're tied to the land.
Yeah.
Well, that is all shape right now through commerce. Yeah, because essentially they want to say the people that own this land or gave this land to them because somebody can give you land, which even they say, all right, no matter what, double way, they bought the land, so they can buy the land from whosoever. Let's say Mr. Blackfoot, because they claim they buy the land from an Indian. So what is the Indian doing selling land? It's not really say he's selling for money. It's just acting of commerce.
And the Indian says that he didn't sell the land because the Indian says the same thing that the African said. The Indian said that he got tricked. Yeah, because the Indian say, oh, for sell land. That's like trying to sell air, which now they must sell air.
Exactly. Because if they buy the land and then they come back right now to 2025 and all of us have to buy back the land from them because apparently even if you're not an immigrant, you have no possessions, right? So you're born and you must buy back land if you already didn't buy land before, right? So if you have to buy land now, then you have to pay them back for the land that you bought from them again. So if you have to keep paying to keep that land, so who are they paying to keep the land? Because if we are paying them tax, who are they paying tax to?
Jesus and God, man.
Yeah, who are they paying tax to? Yeah, because they must have pay tax to.
No.
We have pay tax.
Okay, so you're a handicap that doesn't know what to do with your money. You don't know that you can make your own road, invest in your own school and them things they said. Them take it from you, and then they will do that for you because you cannot do that for yourself. I don't know who told them that, but them that are clearly them understanding. So I don't know if you have a way where you can tell them say you don't want to do that again, but yeah, would advise everybody to look into that.
Yeah, cause yeah, no, but they say you can, you can build your own things,
Yeah.
But then you have to build it in terms of the regulations, and then you still have to pay for them to certify it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so everything is commerce. It's not it's just commerce. So
in a freedom world.
Yeah.
But you can create a world within a world. Or
Which
outside
is
of the world.
Yeah, which outside of that world now. Like looking on the guise of commerce, and seeing what is beyond it. Because that now, looking at how everybody create their own certain operating system based on their culture in terms of the businesses they engage in, the skills and trades that they possess, you know what I mean, in majority. Then we look on that and we can see outside of commerce, it's really relationships and networking. It's social engineering, and it's mainly skill driven, and that is where certain societies give points. But some societies to the lack, rather to give points to the commerce in terms of seeing the numbers and the physical material things as something that is realistic, instead of seeing that the person that is generating these things don't have any access or probably doesn't have the physical capabilities to even build these things for themselves. They just have the ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Which most of the time the people gaining the benefits from commerce do the least of the work and gain the most, because the work is really the idea and the concepts, which is the operating system, not just doing the work.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That is the last part. Just like living and breathing, the last part is the physical part. It already happened before it happened, like speaking,
Mm-hmm.
like listening. It happened inside before it happened physically. So it's like we're a living system, system in systems, breathing and living exactly the same. And some would want to differ to stifle that, you know, to get your mind to be in a position where it doesn't feel like you can do these things as fluently, because it's like you're stopping your breath,
Mm-hmm.
because you feel like you cannot live without it, because that is the operating system and it starts inside.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they use to manipulate, not only to say the environment around them, but their whole lives, because they have their own initiative and purpose that they're working towards collectively. You know, whether they have their individual interests, yes or no. They have their inside disputes, yes or no. But
Yeah.
essentially, the nation have a goal.
Yeah, because we live in a rapist society, a patriarchal society that imposes its will on other people. Here's what I say. So it's like, what I say? Fucking forgot my train of thought. Repeat what you last said.
Yeah. So it's like all all of the social engineering, it leads us to have a nation where everybody have an innate purpose and initiative where they have to work towards. In terms of like China, they are say same 2030 plans, all of these global plans where the nations themselves build. You know what I mean? But the culture and the religion behind them as well, the inside operating systems, them direct the people towards that goal as well. If them link both whether religion and the nation I work towards those type of nations, yeah, you always see those people like come out on top. Like
yeah.
basically China right now.
Mm-hmm. So so that what I say is like them impose for them operating system for other people. And in order to do that, you have to make a people docile. You have to make a man not knowing, say, him there in a somebody else operating system. So you give him this idea, say, God create the world the way it is. You see what I say? Not knowing, say, yo, a man a shape this. You see me? Yeah. So that are how them impose certain things in our mind and make we like handicapped, so we can't actually do nothing because we can't actually see what is happening. Because how do you figure out something that you're not consciously aware of?
You would have to experience it.
Well, if you haven't experienced it, how? Like, for example, in this case, right? If you speak English, how can you conceptualize that another language exists if you've never heard another language?
You're not gonna think about it.
All right. Unless something within says, yo, what if I create a new language?
Yeah.
Yes.
What is out there?
Exactly. Or what else is there? What are the exactly? So all it come down to now logic and critical thinking, which them also manipulate that with the idea of modern science and the way how we perceive the objective reality with words and what words mean.
Psychology.
Yeah.
All of them. Cause it's literally studying all of that. It was literally a school. So all of it is literally same way like a operating system. Which it was built, you know, reasoning, the idea and concept of it. and what we think it is. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Logic. All schools and train of thoughts, philosophy. You know what I mean? What they call philosophy. So it's like they give you a formula, and because they created that formula, because of their experience, they're gonna say this is the formula.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When we know that essentially, if you're a scientist, you create new formulas.
Mm-hmm.
Because that is the purpose of science.
Mm-hmm.
You're
so they
practicing.
tell you say you are not a scientist, you're a human being. Is what I say? And this is how human beings operate. And them give a script. Say human being, balanced diet. Is what I say? Yeah. All of them things there. But how does the human being relate to its environment? Because that is what defines the human being actually. How it relate to its environment.
Yeah. What do you have to do to survive in that environment?
Yeah, Derv. Who that? And Ashan. Oh, you read my killer?
Bomba!
Okay, dog.
One.
For them, they are reason. You say, no, you're fryers, you know. Fry brain in a alien brain, you know. I don't know if you want to join, you know, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what you say. Yeah, them. Doggone.
Yeah, man. So, man, yeah. Cause differently, yeah, every second of them look a skill and trade. I'm there, yeah, I'll go and work on what I want to because how you relate to nature. What is essential? You see what I say? Yeah, I then say it always start from. And it's like, for be honest, a lot of the times the things that we actually need to do and the things that we actually want, they already perverted the whole image of it in terms of looking at a farmer and looking at, let's say, a construction worker. You know what I mean? And the identity in towards that and being a doctor. You see what I say? Not to say either of them is less than the other, but it is in terms of the eyes of society. You know what I mean? When essentially all of this is essential towards life.
Yes, because them objectify it. This is why them tell you say, oh, science defines the objective realm. Who for objective realm? Because objective, by etymology, objective means to present, to bring forth. You see what I say? So, what are we bringing forth? You see what I say? That are the thing.
Yeah. Looking at, everybody, every single person in society goes to work every day. And then it is like individually, we know what we are working for, pay bills, take care of family and all of that. But then collectively, what are the agencies that we are working for? What are they working for? What is the intention? And then we see that in the mission statements, and we cannot feel like any way about what is the result that we get. In terms of most of the mission statements aren't to really make a change or a positive impact in our daily lives. So a lot of the things we are working towards are working against us, essentially. You know what I mean? Because it's the system of commerce. It's only to make a surplus of profit, not to say only push innovation in terms of a positive direction in the environment. Because if it was so said to be done in that way, we would essentially be creating and working towards the things that we need to survive instead of trying to survive. We would have passed the survival phase, which the survival phase, a lot of the time right now, it seems impossible, but it's the easiest thing to do, to be honest, for get out of survival mode, because it's the liberation of the self will actually depend on yourself. And then that now, what else have you been doing all your life? Because even though they want to say, all right, yes, we can stay in the confines and the comforts of the city and of society, but they are telling you that we cannot promise you anything. And you have seen that every day, essentially, that you still have to take care of yourself. by yourself. Because the Prime Minister is not going to come and help you.
Yeah, but within this current operating system where we are speaking, we have to remember say that translates to going to work, creating a business. Yes, what I say you can put food on the table. No, I know say that is not the logic where you where you just described. However, to them, it might translate as that. If you get what I say. Yeah. So really and truly, you're a little bit ahead. So what I say is now, first we have to make them think. You see what I say? Just like what you just do a while ago in terms of what is survival for me. You see what I say? And then how do I create all of those things that I depend on independently? You see what I say?
Yeah, because these things are things that we do essentially by supposed to be initiation, you know, like growing up. You're gonna learn, say, all right, what, you're a teenager or what, you're a big youth or grow up now. You need to alchemize your food. You have to go create diet, you know. And no matter where you're there, if you have it or not, you cannot live on thin and fast things all the time. You need to have things where you put time in, you know what I mean? So you can put that time in your health, in your body. You see what I say? Yeah. And that initiation where you're supposed to get as a tradition from any culture in life, you know, that are one of the first things them. And then you learn how to do other things with the environment as your clothing, your structure, or you take care of your structure, so you start build all of your look what them would have called rituals, because it's things where you do daily practice your science, you know what I mean, your religion, or you do everything daily with the cycles them, because everything happen where would I say again and again. And with your environment and what you have to deal with, Canada different from Jamaica or America or wherever you are, you know. So you take care of these problems, or you take advantage of these cycles, you know what I mean, and be in tune with that. Because when a mango sees you don't know. You see me? Yeah.
But the key also is too, because as I say, you know, them operation system, them play with people mind. You see what I say? So it's like people are really like disconnected from nature itself. So when you say that, just to add to what you're saying is that people really have to reconnect with nature itself and observe the time and the principles and the movements for themselves. You see what I say? Versus, alright, I go look, alright, what is the weather today? You see what I say? All of them things they depend upon somebody else I tell you where them can manipulate. Versus what we can see. Because nothing not change, you know, bro. From the concept of earth exists, earth, air, water, fire. That is it. Nothing else not exists in general. You see me? So if we know them things, that we know everything. And we don't need nobody for really tell you nothing. So that I feel like that side up there hold we back more than anything, because all we have follow, we still not evolve. We still just dip on the treadmill. You see me?
People still hungry and people still homeless.
How much degree we have?
Billions. But yeah, because that one I think them when I look upon from even week, you know, with the basically, yeah, the Marcus Garvey archetype, yeah, because them tell us if go to school and get work and do business already. And I see many and many men try that. You see what I say? And none of that no still no really, it not crazy. Because, yeah, for push the spear, things when I say push the spear, yeah, actually things were very chaotic, to be honest. And me now say the business can be chaotic, because it can. But innovation, a total thing we new, because to be honest, most of the businesses and the school were men getting apprenticed and trained under something that already existed. So it's not like them do nothing great. So it's not like say, all right, I'm gonna go school and get 5 degree. Him do nothing. Him not make 5 book. You see what I say? And how good was those book? What was You know what I mean? So, yeah, man go do business and go sell car or go do real estate, but what I'm doing in a real estate game? How innovative was it?
Yeah, and that only can get graded by the commercial scale, like what you say, which that obviously is propagated by the Ishman them. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, that I think, but I love that point that we just make, because now we can see, all right, if our validation comes from the commercial world, right, but originally it came from the community, then we would be able to scale our value based on what it does for the community. And that's what it was originally, even up until recent times, you know.
Yeah.
When I talk about Dan and certain man, cause much as old people talk about do this and do that and you have the good and the bad, but him they have to do something for the people.
No, but you see, essentially, even that, you know, is the truth about commerce, you know, because nothing in the reality is in shape with the one layer.
That is true.
You see me? Because essentially, if you doesn't have a product that is helping people, and it is essential, that is going to make the value, because the essentially are the value that people perceive it as. Too. You see what I mean? I say? But it has to actually have value in terms of what are they getting or they aren't going to buy. So people want to buy land because land have value. So they might go buy land, they might go buy car. You see what I say? But things where them not value, them not go buy. You know what I mean?
But that is the thing now. Because values, right? Values, all right. Value is subjective to necessity sometime, but sometimes it can be anything. Like, for example, a man can sell a shoes for $500, or him can sell it for $50, depends on who he must sell it to and where he must sell it.
And that's so I want me to say, yeah, when I get it back now, is that's why coinage is what I say. When the imperialists them come with coinage, is what I say, and feudalism, yeah, them fuck up the ball game for real. Because with the barter system, everything are out of what is necessary for complete the cycle. You see what I say? So essentially, we could go outside of anything in alignment, because no matter what you are trying to seek at that time is to complete the cycle or the science where you are trying to do at the time. So if you are go to the market for need some berries to make your punch them or whatever you need, or whatever you look for, or that you go for forget. You know, go there. You see what I say? I'm going to go do this one bag of sitting.
Buy off all of the berries them nobody else can get.
No.
Yeah, get your cheer.
Yeah, get what they do.
Yeah, yours here,
things were balanced.
Man them know say, alright, you come for your one, know say 2 weeks from now or a couple days from now, Derv might forward for free. So we can't get a whole lot, cause that go fuck up the ecosystem.
Yeah, but a one man I tell you say, yo, here what? No berries no there phone, you know. All of this I go over, so. Yeah, every single one about you. Yeah, and any man who have berry tree, him just tell them, say, yo, my G, what you do with all of them berries up on your tree? See some money, eat this. Yeah, eat some money.
Rich.
Yeah, rich. Yeah. Because, yeah, when the system and economy change, you know, and look and say, alright, dirty little market farmer, man. Yeah. And you look on big Bob worker. Yeah, make the system shut down. Eat money, Mr. Doctor, man.
Yeah.
Eat money.
Yeah.
Yeah, eat the gold.
Yeah.
Nyam them, chew them up.
Yeah.
Nyam iPhone.
Yeah, fake values.
Yeah.
Because that's what it really is. Manipulation of consciousness, but based on fear.
Yeah. Fear. Fear.
Yeah, I fear the commercial we live on. You see me? Them hijack barter and trade like what you say. And build
scarcity system.
Yes.
Scarcity. Yeah. Yeah. Fast scarcity. Because they can control it.
Yeah. All in them operating system.
Because you're not going to think about what you can't see. But them give you something where you can't see. Because you can't see money. You can't see what really money is. What is $1 million? Cause
Subjective. Subjective.
subjective. Everywhere I go show me, one man can show me it in a 5 paper or 10 paper, and the next one can show me in a suitcase. Yeah, what is $1 million? And the next man I show me some numbers for one sitting so with some letters and sitting so.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I said that is money.
Yeah. Something or somebody make up or we can't trace like what you say.
Yeah. So, oh, you get out of not needing money. Really and truly same way. Creating your own shit, the more you create your own shit, the less you need it.
Yeah.
The more you know how to do your own thing, the less you need somebody if you have to tell you.
Yeah, but you know, that will go over almost everyone's head. You see me? Because everybody has say, yeah, we know that self-sufficiency, independence, that are the goal. Yeah, everybody know that.
Yeah.
But nobody now do it.
Yeah.
And then when you try to conceptualize it with them, you realize, alright, it's a thing where it's like a Jesus. Something will never come. Yeah, we literally wait for. Alright, the excuse always is, boy, I don't know when black people are going to wake up.
Mm-hmm.
We are wait for people for no your independence.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We are worried about black people for.
No, but you see it, because essentially, a true life is a paradox of in and out.
True.
You see what I say? And at that I think, because certain times, it's not so easy for balance, And I know, say, yeah, I always have to be in a state where you can see things clearly. Yeah, you have to can see level. You can see things upside down and left, and you don't know where you see. If you see it upside down or not, or it's straight.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I say? So you have to balance inside first. Mm-hmm. So really and truly, I come into a state of say observation, and you see what I say, and knowing, say, I know yesterday or tomorrow, but I know, really and truly, because when you experience what you need for experience for motivate you for do what you do, if I that you look for, it's not motivation really. I have to say the journey always is now. The best time I know. Mm-hmm. I know yesterday or tomorrow, but I know. Because it's like, what would every excuse I would I make for say why we not do something, I always did know. You see what I say? Mm-hmm. Because we can say a lot of things, with anything, but there's always things to do. And the actual thing is the energy for get up and do. You see what I say? Mm-hmm. And for be honest now, true, whenever I look on certain things today, I can see say the parasite them for real. You see what I say? In terms of, yeah, certain entities in a flesh. You see what I say? We're really old back people on a general level. You see what I say? Like too much of the chaotic entities them really just overpower, because an idea is like everybody innately have good and bad. You see what I say? But if we keep on a consume, because we are consuming and we're not being keen to what we're consuming, these things are shaping our identity and our intentions every day simultaneously. And if we not do something intentionally every day, that'll make the willpower disappear at the same time. So if you not build the intention, so it's like you have a fire, and if you not add wood to it every day, the fire will go out, literally. So if you not add it now, it not gonna exist. So it's like if you do, so even that wood farming with the concept of being in survival mode, where even me experience on a certain level where everybody can they in a like to most modern places in our world is what I say. You have access to certain things, and we have access to science right now. We don't really have much option for say we can complain about food. You see what I say? If we not have we sense for say we can do this ourselves. You see what I say? For most places over there where if you have access to hear this, you can do it. You see what I say? Yeah. So with that being said, When man did hungry and look for start farming, a man a say banana take 9 months to grow. But the 9 months is now. And the 9 months from now. Because if you not plant the banana today, you're not going to get it 9 months from now. So you just not going to have none to eat. You know what I mean? So the only way to get it, I for actually do it now. So it's like the only way to start that business there, where I go generate whatever, I have to start it right now. So what you can do right now. And that is always the essential thing. Where you can do right now for stay in tune with the cycle. Because the cycle is activating right now as we speak. So what can you do right now? Not what you can do tomorrow.
So, what is now?
No, I experience how I got you. What we are share right now. No.
Yeah. So now is like a neutral central point. Right? Which now include past, present, future, above, below. Is what I'm gonna say. So if that's the case, then that is when I ask you, what is now? Because I get the physical momentum of now, but what is the driving force of that momentum? Is what I say. Because that is the difference between what make a man get up and go do it, and what make a man don't go get up and go do it.
That's why them drive fear. Is what I say, cause it intense still. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's why them drive fear. Cause essentially, if somebody a come for kill you, I know you have forgot to decide. Yeah. If you're there in a nature, I know you have forgot to decide. But the thing is, when you wait last minute, that's why it's good that you clarified now as being the past, the present, and the future in one. Because the past, I go say, alright, I do this yesterday, and this give me them result there. So tomorrow, or which is now, yes, what me I say? Yeah, this me I go do. So I can switch it around and get a more refined result every day to the science of living.
Right, exactly. And that, yeah, exactly. That incorporate everything. So when I think about now, we have to think about where I come from and where I go. You see what I say? But that I think now, some of the time the conversation one-sided. Like a lot of times, we can try to conceptualize where we want to go, but we end up not going nowhere collectively because we don't know where to go because we don't know where I come from. You see what I say?
Yeah. True.
So,
True.
yeah, and the thing is with that too is like, because of popularity and what is popular and what is imposed through media and all of them things and the influence of society and the commercial world, it kind of hard for a man even conceptualize like, okay, the average youth, you probably tell all the average youth, say, yo, go farm. Even in Jamaica, we have more opportunities to do certain things than we, based on the advantage of the weather. Like, him can't necessarily see what you say completely. And then just because he lack patience,
Yeah.
but because it's not necessarily holistic. So I said no, right? But in a film mind no, film no. You see what I say? It not connect with that now the way you are talk about cause something missing. So something have to be the bridge cause is a breath. Is the breath that forms the center. You see me? Cause you breathe in and you breathe out and that create the central point. You see what I say, which I call no. So in order for reconnect them bridge there, you see what I say, is a thing where, yeah, whole heap of multi-dimensional work I have to do.
Whole heap, man.
Yeah, so it's like why I say that is like, for example now, if you tell a man say alright him can farm for him own food and them thing there, you see what I say, yeah, him can do that, then now it's like how can I create a value around myself before I think about a value. Is what I say in the commercial space.
Yeah.
How can I create a value within my environment, my immediate environment first? You see me? And that I think that automatically make the youth them start think like a scientist and not like a slave.
Yeah. Yeah, cause that is essential, you know. You see me? Cause that is even where the concept even come from when me come from farming. You see what I say? And if a person knows say then can understand multi-dimensional language, you know say farming or cultivation, you see what I say? Generating. You see what I say? Whether a product, you see me something physical or an idea, something intellectual. You see what I say? That I go take you for actually do the same farming. You see what I say? You have to cultivate it. Because which part you get ideas from, you have to go cultivate your mind. You have to go start do your research, you have to go start do experience, thesis, experiments, all type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I say? So regardless of something where you have to go start from, where it have to be a passion.
Yeah, and that deep way you just said because roots reasoning. You see me? Because it's like I don't want to eat them farm food, them want to eat KFC because it tastes good. You see what I say? So reasoning now when I realize oh shit, like this thing might actually share the same biology as this thing. That's why I can use it for heal myself and sustain my body to some degree. You see what I say? So now that is based on reasoning. You see what I say? That is linking the cultivation aspect of it. Because I cultivate humanity with a healthy lifestyle. If you don't have a healthy lifestyle, you degenerate humanity. You see what I say? So even understanding that principle to a level where him can directly see himself. You see what I say? Just like how he must see the garden where he must plant. You see what I say? Him see that as a direct reflection of him. You see what I say? That even if you're not getting the money, nobody not recognize it. That alone, I your means of initiation. So every man I go spend a whole heap of time with that. You see what I say? Something will make you remember yourself. That's why I think we love woman. You see what I say? Yeah, because something that will make you realize say, oh, this feminine energy, you see what I say? Yeah, it's necessary. And that's something where if it never a part of me, I wouldn't be able to recognize it. Just like what I talk about with the language. Oh, you're going to know something where you're not aware of. You see what I say? So it's like, oh shit, you become aware right now and now you can cultivate a relationship. So you can remind yourself that aspect of yourself there. You see what I say? So that I think with farming and nature and everything that way.
Alright, bless.
So you discover that innately. You see what I say? We not for we because I will come from and them things that we stumble upon enough things innately like music. You see what I say? Because music is a gateway to your soul, You see what I say? Just like even I think I send in the video where them I say, oh, babies when them learn certain instruments and things, it make them naturally smarter. You see what I say? So it's like it's a thing where bro, you understand time, you understand rhythm, you understand frequency and sounds way deeper than the average person because you are trained something through passion, like what you say. You see what I say? But then now this is the thing where it's like there's healthy ways to cultivate a passion. Because a man who is a thief is passionate about that.
Yeah.
You see what I say?
True.
Yeah. But it's like really the thief is passionate, but you know, but the thiefing is a means of expression of that passion.
Yeah.
You see me? So this is what this music was. This is what the farming was for you. You see what I say? So now it's like we have to present this thing here now. We as like okay, new means for present self. You see what I say? But first, self-recognition come. You see what I say? Because you can't present something where you don't know. That's why we keep on present other people things. One man wear a ski mask, everybody wear a ski mask.
Yeah. Yo, that's fucking crazy. Passion. Yeah, passion. Yeah. Well, you see, that's still in a bro, honestly. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna say I'm not passion, cause them passion, everybody passionate about them things, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Is what I say. But the true thing about it is, yeah, me not go around the evil with that. Is you have to have a desire. Is what I say. Some people not have the fire enough fire for actually move
Claim
anything.
them desire, yeah.
Yeah, them not have the fire for move anything, and I have to realize that because it's like the if you really want to do it, what really have to stop you? Because the handicap do it.
Or actually, when I really think about it,
Yeah.
them actually have the fire, but them not have the same objective. So that fire they are burn something else. Cause yeah, I guarantee you when they say, oh, I could play Call of Duty and play it for hours. But if you say read, maybe the time go on like say him can't read.
Yeah, because that's why I'm say the parasites. Is what I say because
Yeah, true.
you have 100% battery now. Let's say. Is what I say. Say we can get 100% battery, and then your cells them did 100%, but you have been a consume from age 0 to age infinity. Is what I say, and all you consume, yeah. Oh, we know over time everything's deplete unless you are actually regenerate the battery. So how much things are you consuming that you generate? From all levels. Food, you know what I mean? Media, everything. How much things do you consume that you generate? Hence the instruments. The vibration of actually playing the instrument. Not only hearing the instrument, but actually playing the instrument. You know what I mean? Or even same listening to real instruments. You know what I mean? Not synthetic instruments, and how even the synthetic instruments activate our minds also. You know what I mean? And even with everything, synthetic and both natural or organic. You know what I mean? How much things do you consume that is generated with the intentions created by you? Because if we are going to say we are consume ideas and theories, how much of that did you create on your own? Really and truly. Because them say this and them say that. Who is them? Who is them and who are they to tell us anything? More than us can tell ourselves what we know as reality.
Yeah, but that's what the village is. That's what the tribe is. The tribe don't give a fuck about what them niggas is saying. Them niggas say, when they say apple, we say what we want to say. You see what I say? Yeah. When they say God, we say something else. Zombie. Doggy.
Yeah.
You see me? Yeah, so. And it's not the same thing. That's the greatest misconception with this translation thing I really realize.
Yeah. Yeah, cause truly, even our people, let's say Jamaican people, black people from the Western Hemisphere, are from the English Hemisphere and the colonial countries. Yeah, black people now worship the same God as white people. Even when them a think about the Bible. I know the same God.
Facts.
Because, yeah, essentially, the way how we always have view the thing is like a relationship building.
Yeah.
I mean,
Man, they make up their own Bible all the time. Remix what the words mean and them things. Suit for them ideology. That's why them have so many different denominations, you know. But
yeah.
So I want to drop something.
Sorry.
Jane, what you saying? We're over here, Christian slaying.
Fine.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I know an easy thing for broke out of the trap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know an easy thing for one journey, but yeah, essentially, yeah, when I parasite, them I go bite you, you know. And if I day in a cycle, it's either you start now or you go wait till later and you just start over again with the same bother with them. So, wait, alright. If to the same way, me I look upon it, you know, because I'm more than one thing, you know, because see, everybody have the power, you know, you see me? And just like how a man can dare so right now, you see me? Because this are the real thing they're doing, right? No. So, a man, them there, and I said them tell this and them say that, and then people would run with it because, oh, scientists with title and name from this university and all of them things there. You know what I mean? And at the same time, when you think about that, how can you now do your own thing and influence others
Yeah.
with that without all of that?
And that is what I'm just like to tell you, say, it's actually not doing. It's actually healing. You see what I say? Yeah, because a whole heap of people I do, who been a do, from slave plantation till now.
Yeah, cause
you see me?
them do that to us. So we not can do good things to ourselves
How
and
you
do
gonna
good
do what
things.
you don't know? How can you do what you don't know? This is what I'm keep on I say. So really and truly now, yes, doing, but doing what? What we need to do now is heal, right? And now what we need in order to heal is a different perspective, because we're looking at things from angle. Yes, what I say? Anglo-Saxon, man. Yeah. So I see things from a certain spectrum, right? And now, if I say something right now in a language that you don't understand, you can't perceive what I said. Yes, what I say? So there's no image that can form in your mind. You can feel what I'm saying and get an idea, but there's no clear image that can form in your mind because you cannot perceive it. Is what I say? So in order for we actually gain some leverage now, we have to deal with internal analytics and different perceptions. So now, if we learn a different system, a different language, a different tradition, then we can compare it to this. You see what I say? But if we now have two things, you see what I say? If you now have a mirror for look on yourself, you don't know what you look like.
Mm-hmm.
You see me? So that is the thing now where certain models, you see what I say? Now we have to compare it and say, all right, in the ancient world we did this, and now we're doing this. So which one benefits? You see what I say? And we have to go real deep in that, not on a surface level. You see what I say? Because the surface level is only going to lead you back into the same narrative that you're trying to get out of. This is why most people will claim say them practice spirituality and these things. You find saying them not evolve like that. You see what I said? As much as them know exactly what them need to do, how come them not influence nobody to do it?
Yeah. And you see that now was the same thing my always I look upon now. Where it all come back to the work. Like where you actually how it can heal, cause that grimy. How it a go heal the ecosystem.
Yeah.
And is healing the ecosystem.
But what is healing? You see what I said? This is why I'm say before doing, reconceptualizing is the first part of doing, because subjective come before the objective. Yeah? So if you don't have your own school of thought, then how can you create something new? All you do is look on the objective, and now you are create an opinion in your subconscious mind from the objective. But in reality, what you need to do is go from the subjective and then create the objective word. You see what I say? And that is why, as I say, everyone is doing. Jay-Z I do it. Vibes Cartel I do it. Fucking Obama I do it. Everybody is doing, bro. But there's no change. No real change. You see what I say? We can see things that evolve. You see what I say? But we can't say things that change, bro. And that is because the operation system, you see me, the concepts, the way people think, Here's what I said, the way people think is not really changing. This is why, like, most spiritual people, they're right above religious people. And that's where the threshold stops. And that's why the influence doesn't go anywhere beyond that. You see what I say? Because it limited, bro. You see what I say? Because not because people are not doing, because it is an offshoot, you see what I say? Or a wanting to be, just like what I say with the translation, right? If you translate the word God and you go to Kikongo and they will say, oh, Zambe means God, right? And then us with our Western mind, the way we're gonna perceive it in from a Western scientific perspective, no matter what. You see what I say? Until you actually understand the culture and the lifestyle of those people to understand what that word actually means. You see me? And that within itself is the great psyop when it comes to change and the pseudo spirituality and pseudo leaders where claim say them are gonna change things and it just changed temporarily, but then you realize oh, Marcus Garvey was an ox. You see what I say? So yeah, bro, in order to avoid them things, we have to come from a whole different reshaping of how we perceive self and perceive energy itself and what we come here to do. Because that's the thing. Because you see, problem, right? If you say, all right, there's a problem and you want to solve it, right? That is a whole different perspective from the perspective of our ancestors. Our ancestors don't see problem. They might look upon the same thing objectively, but they don't perceive it as a problem. So therefore, they're never looking for a solution. What they're looking for is experience. Here's what I say. So our ancestors don't have a moral compass to say this is good and this is bad. Here's what I say. We understand balance and necessity. And when you look from balance and necessity, you realize a good and bad are illusion, just like the $1 million way you just said. Because if it was actually a reality, then it would be the same for everybody. So yeah, if you're a problem solver, if you look for problem, you go find it. You see what I say? Whatever you look for, you go find it. So you decide what you want to do. You want to be the person who find the solutions? You see what I say? You think about that and analyze what that actually means. And see if that is actually what you want to be. Different perspectives. Always try to see this shit from a different angle. Because so them angry up on one side and yeah, that is why I get them results. Yeah. And then that's the thing with the reality, because it looks like you know what I'm saying, like the world, what's going on in the world stage and the world stage is what's going on in the world, but those are two different things. What's going on the world stage and what's going on in the world is not necessarily the same thing. And then there's the underworld, is what I say, of people that they don't want you to know about for some reason. And every time you see them, you just see them in some bush and them just look like them a live so-called primitive life. You see what I say? But based on my experience, you see what I say, coming from certain environments, you yourself, you see what I say, I don't know about you, but I see man with rotten foot. doctors can't fix this guy as a sore on his foot. No doctor can fix it. And it's the same people them in the bush, primitive people. Make that man can walk on foot, heal up sore. So, to me, no, that is a real alternative. Cause doctor would tell him, say, oh, chop it off, go chop off that. You see me? So, before me even conceptualize, say me know something, I have to know what them money I know too, then I can compare it. You see what I say? I have to know something else before I can come to a conclusion, because all of this are the same shit, bro. You see me? And the translation, them and them thing there, bro. Yeah, whole heap of misnomer and whole heap of put your back in a loop.
Cycle in a cycle.
Yeah.
Spiral in a spiral.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cause that, you just say, with the blood clot, patient a come to your doctor. You see me I say?
Mm-hmm.
And them now look for problem. Even in the mind frame of, you see me, just looking at creating an experience. It's essentially thinking about the experience that you want to create. So that still
Exactly.
is doing, but which angle you do it from?
Exactly.
Because same way you have to initiate yourself in something.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. So it's just the angle of doing. You see me? Yeah, you're right. So, but yeah, say that again. I said something a while ago.
Alright.
Sound sweet.
Initiate yourself in a skill.
No, I said something else, man.
You see.
Something related to consciousness. That a part of it too, but you say something else too.
When you do, cause, hey bro, with the doctor, is what I say, with like, oh, them come to him. You not look for no problem. You not think about problem.
You say create a mode.
Yeah, you create your own.
On reality. Yeah, exactly. So that now, that is the angle of our ancestors. They are gods. Them are creators. So them not look for no problem for go solve.
No.
Them are look for reality for create.
Yeah, but
so them can't even choose a problem just because that problem they are going to create the reality where they want.
Yeah, because I'm not go around and even just the basic thought and concept of what is a problem. You see what I say? Because the idea of these words, and same way, this, as I said, the image with them shaping in your mind, it take a profound effect. That's why I say, yo, I'm really there, and I say, alright, how to stay balanced in these times, because I know say right now the time's chaotic, and if me can there so and feel this, and I know say I not watch news. You see what I say? Yeah. I know say, yeah, people are feeding to chaos and what going out there on the media. It a go even worse. You see what I say? So it's like at the end of the day, oh the hell, one now, I go say, alright, you stay balanced and then you not pay attention to problem. Because them I tell you say the problem them are something like you gotta think about it, you feel like a hero in them. You see what I say? When me used to think about that, bro, same way in a time when I learn about cultivating. Me used to think about that, and at them time I stop watch news and them thing. Because I say the only thing what I can focus on and what I can do right now, which part I do around them people. Yeah. That me need to do. Because them 100 million odd people are over there, so I don't have the energy to do that yet. I need to cultivate it. So I can do it today. It's what I say, which is tomorrow. Which is yesterday. So it's like it happened already. Because even so, same thing. The reality where you want to shape, everything coming in ways where you would have not exactly think about it. So it's like what they would call jinn or genie in a bottle, let's say. You see me? Where you would have make a wish, but you get it, but it no look exactly the way you want it. And that is life all the time. I not think that is a once in a lifetime opportunity thing. That I think that is a part of the operating system. Because it's like
I
we
don't think
always
so.
are manifest things, but not always in the exact way unless you are cultivate it more.
I get what you're saying, but okay, so I don't disagree. I just have a different perspective in terms of how would I put it. I would say everything goes through different stages of development, right? And I think you can create exactly what you need to create, you know what I'm saying, in order to gain what you need to gain. But when you go to what you want to create now, yeah, it doesn't necessarily have to come out the way you want it to come out. But if you're not attached to want, then it will always be exactly how it's supposed to be. You get what I say? Yeah.
True. Yeah, cause it's like, people that say, alright, let's say upon a level. Cause may I talk to some of my beings them and I must say, alright, traditional living. What is that? Cause what is tradition? Me no know what is your tradition. Them say go work, breed, have pitney, and then dead.
Society construct.
So what is that?
Human. Farming.
What is that? What is tradition or what is your tradition? What is English?
That a tradition, that a, well, no, that a tradition.
That they must say that is traditional relationship.
Who said that?
You breed, work, you see me? You buy a house
In
and
a
then
society that them a
Yeah.
misnomer.
Yeah.
You're right. But if I ask them which tradition,
You
I
see me?
guarantee you say none. Cause that are just some new age something where somebody make up and we take it up.
Yeah, because
What is that?
alright. One if you see me? Yeah, cause I didn't know nobody a file out no resume 300 years ago. You see me? You see me? Yeah. Nobody know file a fucking resume. Yeah, but essentially people are apprenticeship or initiate themselves in something, a skill, or you gotta do what you need to do. You see me?
Yeah.
And things not change. But the thing is, innately, you have specific things where you do, and where you do, that's supposed to go somewhere. So wait a carry. You get what I say? So it's like same thing, where you say, do So that is the thing, alright. I see where you say, oh, them things say get up and do mean for get up and go do business and build this and go build that and yeah, that is cool. But it's like what the intention behind it?
Exactly. This, yeah. Then you
Where you are trying to see.
Yeah. Then now that's how you find out if a person is conscious or not. Cause when you ask them what is the intention, only a conscious person can tell you that.
Mm-hmm. And that's how I find the goal in them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So cause why? Cause every time I say why, it go in a deeper sphere and can't get no answer. And then now we have to think and then create your own why.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why? Why do this? Why? Yeah. Create it.
Well, when I think, well, if it exists,
Yeah.
that means you analyze it. You see me?
But if it don't exist, then you can create it. You can only create one that exists. But if it exists already, like me and you, manifested human being, if we are say why, then we can create that why.
Bomba clad. Yeah. Can't create that why.
So most of the time when you ask why, yeah, I have to analyze. You see me? But for create, now we can create based upon why, based upon reason. Why give we basis for expand. True basis for expand. Cause now you have option if you know why. You get what I say?
Yeah.
Yeah. Versus you don't know why, so you just move with feeling.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Parasite.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Urges.
Yeah.
Demi-urges.
Get me.
Lower vessels, lower entities.
Yeah.
You see what I say? Because, yeah, I buckle every day. You see what I say? As soon as raw rice. You see me? Yeah.
No one of them time they are nice time, you know.
And then you come in the evening time.
Yeah.
Set us say, yo.
Yeah.
That's like a priest, eh? Them would tell them would have say, yeah, same thing, you know, because here one now. That's why, you know, it's not good for live life one dimensional. Cause that me feel fuck up enough people now too. Me feel like, yeah. Because you know say that too, when me really look upon it. And that's why me think say even in myself in a life science, yeah, me feed my dopey them. Me feed my parasite them. Because here one now. Me realize say you have good and bad ways of to feed the parasite them in terms of exerting the energy. You see what I say? With everything. Because anything can be parasitic or any consumption or absorption or excretion can become a drug or can become a disease. You see what I say? You see me? It can cause defamatory. You see what I say? So it's like any overdoing or overtaking it. You see me? Anything will out of balance. So it's like saying, oh yeah, go back on. Yeah, so it's like saying, what me that say before that?
The fumble my mind why you they go so good.
Yeah, cause what me that go on again? Yeah, me that say, fucking when you come back, to the, I say, come here, fucking go get distracted. You see me?
Relax, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, the conversation is still.
Absolute magic.
God, that I think, you know, dog. Some of the time I have them conversation, and it's like some things it like it that sleep through the consciousness. You have to hold it.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
pull him.
Hold it with a pin.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's why I explore and I create at the same time. Because I learn to I saw the thing really go in a real time as a mad scientist, bro. You see what I say? Because real time. You see what I say? Exploring, creating, balancing in and out. You see what I say? Yeah, when I come back for say excreting the bumbo clad parasite them. You see what I say? People afraid for the bad. Them wait for bad for happen for the bad sometime.
Yeah. But
Or where them would have perceive as bad.
that is true.
Like say, like hold on, like for say, them would have say for stay in the light and not go in the dark at night. You see what I say? So it's like you're always afraid at night. So the night, wherever I go on them time there and how that affect you, you don't know nothing about that.
Mm-hmm.
So cause you not explore it.
That is true. But that is exactly what the parasite does too as well. So the thing with that, while I get what you said though in terms of being a master of energy, Right? So you experience all of what you experience now for a reason. So you have to deal with it now regardless, right? But from a grandmaster perspective now, we have to study analyze why nature of the parasite. So now we realize a parasite is a thing what actually can them not necessarily take energy. So them not actually have like a stomach, intestine, them not shit, none of that. So them do a manipulate energy. You see what I say? So them will make you get fatigue and you see what I say, make you eat certain things. So them only can operate through you.
They make you scratch, do all type of things.
Yeah. You see me? But what is them purpose?
I feel like, you know, with the reddening and the whitening, you know. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. But what is them purpose?
Still I figure it out.
You see me?
Yeah. Cause really and true, this is a real science from parasiting, bro.
You see me?
And that really and truly, yeah, what is the purpose of that inner nature? Cause that is something inner nature will literally not have a purpose, bro. Probably one of the only things them will not have a purpose.
To the ecology of things.
Yes.
Cause from it come on earth it a death.
Mm-hmm.
It made death become a reality on earth.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking about this shit. And that shit, yeah, come like worm, bro. Cause really and truly it isn't them would have said figured and shaped like worm. And it move like worm. You see what I mean? I say the lowest level of a serpent.
Exactly.
You see what I mean? I say Bucklat!
More like a fake serpent.
Yeah, because serpent
something
eat.
camouflage itself.
Yeah.
You see what I say? Something I try to take form just like what you say. You see what I say? Experiment magic. You see me like it I try become
A being.
nature.
Yeah. Where them come from and what them purpose. Cause when me really I look on the parasite, you know. And nature me I look on, you know, bro. Maggots, all of them thing there, you know, bro. You see me? Over time, you see what I say period from beginning till end life. Death, you see what I say? Because them thing they appear out of thin air, brother. You're dead, anyway you dead, them just start pop up.
Exactly. And that's what I think about them people too. I think there's something that was supposed to be cleaned up and never cleaned up, you know, like all some people will get all maggot in them foot or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it just fuck up the whole ecosystem. That's how me think still.
Yeah, and then it become a parasitic nature.
Mm-hmm.
And then it be embodied that.
Have a farm now, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a nature.
Yeah. You see, that's crazy. Something has a nature that is anti-nature.